Hello, everyone. It's Gail with your weekly energy reading. I hope you all had a great week last week and had a wonderful Thanksgiving if you're celebrating that and you're in the US. And if not, I hope you had a great week anyway. Beautiful time to really begin a gratitude practice and, certainly something that you can carry forward on a regular basis if you're not already doing a gratitude practice. I know that there were some interesting energies that came up from last week's reading, so I'm curious to hear if any of that transpired, resonated. And I know that some things came through that were a little bit beyond the weekly reading. So sometimes that happens in these readings where we pick up on energies that might be for the month, it might be for a couple of months. But generally speaking, we're taking a look at the weekly energies for the Lightworker Starseed, New Earth Leader Collective here. And if you're interested in getting notifications of these readings, I'm usually here every Monday doing the live here on Instagram. I also post over at my YouTube channel, so you can subscribe to that channel, hit the bell, and you'll get notifications. I'm also going to be setting up something where you could sign up to receive notifications of these weekly energy readings by email. So if that's something that you're interested in, keep an eye out for that. I'll have a sign up link available for that in the near future. So we're going to do something a little bit different this week. I'm going to pull 3 oracle cards to look at any blocked energies that we need to be aware of this week, healing opportunities, and then the overall outcome for this week. So we'll just hop right into that. I'm using the Sacred Forest Oracle deck for these initial cards by Denise, Linn. And I'm going to pull 3. 1 for the blocked energy that we need to be aware of, 1 for healing, 1 for the outcome. And then I may use some additional oracle cards and or tarot cards to clarify. Okay, so what energies may be blocked that we're working with, that we have the opportunity to work with this week? So we have a solar eclipse coming up. I don't remember the date, but I'm sure you can figure that out. It's coming up soon. It's sometime this month. Might even be this week. And I've been hearing about solar flashes. So that might be feeling that. So if you are, just remember to listen, take good care of yourself, listen to your body, listen to what, you're needing at this time. It might be more water, might be cleaner foods, might be rest, might be activity, tune in. Oh, you gave me 3 cards. Okay, maybe we're getting all 3 cards at once here. All right, and all right, this is, which one is this? Okay. Yeah, okay. Jeez, all right, that's interesting. Okay, so in the position of energy that's blocked, we have the leadership card, the stag spirit. Beautiful card here. So what I'm feeling for this week, I'm just going to take a closer look at this card. I don't know if you can see this here, but at the bottom of the card here, I'm seeing like these little patches of red. And so what I'm feeling is that you're working towards a mastery with your leadership, but there's some fear and questioning and doubt around whether or not it's safe to step into this leadership. Now, this could be a conscious thing. This may be an unconscious thing. It could be on a conscious level. This could be like just those surface level fears of fear of failure, fear of success. Whenever we take a leap of faith and we're kind of up leveling into a higher frequency or a different way of being in our life, it's different, right? It's change. And so those fears tend to come up. You might have doubts. So there's some of that negative thought patterns that you may want to take a look at this week, right? These are things, and this may be an old pattern, and I feel like it's something that you've probably been working with, and it's not totally gone, right? But you have an awareness now, and because you have this awareness, it's an opportunity this week to just notice when those thoughts and those negative thoughts, those negative emotions come up, those doubts, those fears, and to just take a moment and explore that, dive into that. Where is that coming from? What is it about for you? Where do you feel that in your body? Where might that be a remnant from earlier in your life? It could even be an incest. Oh God, I sounded like I said incest. Well, I don't know. Ancestral. Okay. Ancestors, right? Passed down your maternal or your paternal line. Could be past life thing. So just spend some time if you're feeling this. It's not like full on anxiety. It's like a little bit less than that, nervousness about stepping into your leadership. But it's like, now is the time, right? This is our time to really up level our leadership. And I'm feeling like up leveling it for within yourself, right? It starts with you, with us on the inside. Taking full responsibility for our happiness, for our joy, for our life on the internal and the external. And so this week you're going to be experiencing, I'm feeling that you're going to be experiencing perhaps even invitations and opportunities to externally step into this leadership. And there's some work to be done internally in order for you to fully own that and go forward with it, okay? Now we've got the stillness card here in the healing position. Oh, and look at that. I don't know if you can see, but she's looking at her reflection, and it's a swan, okay? When I see swans, number one, swans, I believe, mate for life and come in pairs. Oh, and look at that. She's got, I don't know if you can see, but she's also got a tattoo of a bird on her shoulder. It kind of looks like, to me, it looks like a phoenix to me. And there's also, she's got a tattoo lower on her arm. So what I'm feeling here is like, again, going within, being still, this opportunity for leadership. If you have a tendency to just say yes to everything, with this card, it's like take a look at that. Are you people pleasing? Are you saying yes from a place of lack? It's like, take a moment to tune in to your higher self about your leadership. Be still, meditate, journal, connect with your higher self when you're making decisions about your mission, your business. Could be about relationships. Now, it doesn't have to be romantic relationships. I often think of that when I see the swan, but it does not have to be that. It could be business relationships. It could be your team. It could be employees. It could be partnerships, business partnerships. So spend some time reflecting on those different relationships and on the opportunities that come to you this week, and be discerning. Be discerning. What's really feeling aligned for you? And I'm feeling like these opportunities, So she's wearing this white gown. There's something about standing out more. You're starting to stand out more. If you've been doing a lot of healing and inner work, it's like she's wearing this white dress. White, to me, is it's purity. It's how do I want to? What is that? What is that word? It's purity. It's like renewal. It's rebirth. It's like a spiritual. It's transformation. It's transformation, right? It's a clearer energy. And so, and you're showing up. See how she kind of pops off this card? It's like, that's how you're starting to show up. You may not even notice that this is happening, but people around you are noticing. Like, you might feel it on the inside. But what I'm saying is, people are starting to notice on the outside. You might not notice that. And because people are noticing that light, right? Like this, she almost looks like a column of light here, right? And so people are starting to see your light a lot more, and they're going to be drawn to you, and you're going to have these opportunities, and you're going to begin to start to step into this greater level of impact and leadership. Okay, but you need to be discerning about the opportunities. Okay, and she's looking in the water, being reflective, and in that reflection, she's seeing the swan, which I believe swans are connected with the divine too. You know what? I'm just going to grab the book for this one. But there's this white, there's black here. Look at that. Okay, so there's something about balance here too, right? It's really dark over here. So there may be some shadow work, some inner work that needs to happen or balance out, although it looks like it's pretty balanced. This, to me, with the purple, that's you may be really connecting, or the opportunity is here to connect with, your higher self, the divine, okay? This is associated with the crown chakra, where those downloads and the messages, divine messages, come in, right? And so you may be getting some downloads, and there's a lot of darkness here as well, right? But she's kind of stepped out of it. It's behind her. It's pretty balanced within the card. So in the healing position, it's like just, you don't avoid. We all have light and dark in us, right? We all have that polarity. And it's about embracing all of you and feeling all of the feelings, right? It's not avoiding the parts of you that, you don't feel so proud of or that great about. And so there may be a little bit of you trying to put this behind you or avoid this. And in the healing position, it's like, no, you have to take a look at, you got to look at your darkness with compassion. With compassion. Obviously, if you need to make amends, go and make amends. But a lot of times, the pieces of ourselves that we reject are the pieces that we needed to survive. Okay, so everyone has experienced wounding, trauma in their lives to varying degrees. And oftentimes we develop survival mechanisms or defense mechanisms in order to navigate those situations. And then when we look back and with adult experience and eyes, right, there's something about it, about how we were then, that we have trouble integrating and accepting. And with this stillness card, it's like, spend some time. You may need to do some inner child work around this. If you go to therapy, this may be something that you've been working on with a traditional therapist. It could be that it's something that's coming up for transformation. So maybe you're working with a transformational coach, or, whoever you're working with at this time, you'll know. Number one, you'll know what this is, this darkness. And if you've been avoiding it, you'll know that, right? And so this week is the opportunity to work through that so that you can step more fully into this leadership. Okay, and then the outcome for this week is healing. Oh, I said I was going to look at the card for that. Yeah, I'm going to do that right now. 33. Yeah, in stillness, your power emerges. Tap into your inner sacred witness to discover the dwelling place of your soul. In profound peace and silence, you can discover the truth of your being. If you are in pain, go into the stillness until you find the source, right? That's what I was saying with the inner work. Resist the temptation to indulge in feelings of overwhelm, urgency, and emergency, right? So those leadership opportunities coming up and coming from a place of, not in alignment, right? Coming from a place of lack, coming from I need to make money in my business, so I have to say yes to every opportunity that comes along. Well, no, you don't. You can say yes to the things that aren't aligned, and you're not going to get the outcome that you're hoping for. So if you're used to just saying yes all the time, whether it's saying yes to people or saying yes to requests, and you're not really going within and tuning into, is this actually aligned for me? Sometimes that creates more challenges than you need to. So take a look at that this week. Okay, there's always a higher truth. Seek it out. Your soul loves what is real and honest. In quietude, the truth emerges. Move past the bustle and chatter of life into sweet stillness. Allow the chaos of the outer world to roll off your back the way water rolls off the back of a duck. Surrender to it. Seek solitude to hear the voice of spirit, and serenity will follow. Take time to move into quietude, and you'll uncover a vast store of insight emerging within you. In ongoing situations in your life, hold back. Take time to reflect before responding, which is exactly what I was saying. So if you do that, when you do that, right, the outcome is very healing. I'm just looking at this. It's so interesting. This lady on the card looks like Keira Knightley. So she's, okay, check her out. She's petting the bear. This is a big bear, right? Massive, dangerous, strong, powerful. It also makes me think of Mama Bear, right? Like, you don't mess with the bear, but she's happy, she's calm, she's petting the bear. And for me, that feels like, it's like taming the beast, right? So if you go into that stillness and that reflection, and you do that inner work, it's like, it's taming those, I hate to use this word, but it is. It's like taming those, what you perceive to be your demons, okay? It's like you're coexisting. you're coexisting with all of the parts of yourself, okay? All of the parts of yourself. You're integrating that. That's going to be the outcome when you're doing your healing work. There's also something, like obviously this is a winter scene, so when you think about the seasons, right? Winter is really about like things going dormant, right? And with the bear here, right? The bear's not actually hibernating, but there may be some things that are needing to fall away in your life. There may be some things that are dying, okay? If you are into the meanings of the seasons, right? Like winter is about death. The leaves are all off the trees. The grass goes dormant. Some animals are hibernating. It's cold, especially if you're living here in the northern hemisphere. So there may be things in your life, situations, people who are falling away or need to fall away because it's not really serving your life right now, or not serving you anymore. It could be patterns, it could be habits. So, and we are going into the winter season here in the northern hemisphere. So in the outcome position, it's really taking a good hard look of, what do you need to let go of in order to fully step into this leadership, right? Because I'm feeling like there may be some things that are blocking, some things, some habits, some thought patterns, perhaps some people, some situations that are also blocking your ability to fully step into this leadership. All right, so generally speaking, I'm feeling the energies for this week, it's going to be reflective. You're going to have opportunities to and I keep hearing the word mastery, right? So there may be some learning opportunities to look into further, for self-mastery, for, maybe you're taking some sort of program around leadership. It's something like that. Like something is going to come up, some sort of opportunity is going to come up for you. And the message is, sit with it, feel into it, tune into it, make sure that it's aligned with you, and then take the opportunity to shift whatever needs to shift. If you decide to say yes, or if you decide to say no, right? Like take whatever opportunity you can to shift what needs to shift in your life in order to support you in this next phase of mastery. Okay. What are we doing? Any clarifiers? All right, I'm going to pull, I don't know how many, we'll see what happens, but I'm also going to pull from the Crystal Spirits deck by Collette Baron Reid. Hello, everybody that's here live. Thank you for tuning in. Anything else that we need to know? Love this card. Jade. Okay. Definitely feeling like there's a lot of heart work, heart chakra, opening up your heart chakra more. Inner child. So, okay. Wow, that's a lot. So, the heart chakra is, if you know anything about the energy centers, there's more than 7 chakras, but generally speaking, for your physical body, we focus on the 7 chakras. And from the crown, third eye, throat, those are all connected to higher self, to the divine. That's typically representative of the feminine energy. And then the lower chakras, root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, are more on the physical, related to the physical plane, related to the way you move about your life, how you safety. Do you feel safe? Do you feel valued? Are you confident? Right. So your experience on the physical plane is connected with the masculine energy. The heart chakra is in between. Okay. And the heart chakra is the seat of the soul. I'm not sure why they're having me telling you this. Somebody perhaps needs to hear it. But if that energy center is blocked, then these aspects of yourself, right? She's got the white and the black here. Okay. When you think about the yin and the yang, the masculine, the feminine. If your heart is closed off and blocked off, and I'm just noticing the green here too, right? Those aspects of yourself are blocked off. So there may be some work to be that you can be doing this week in regards to balancing out your inner masculine, your inner feminine energy. But really, the focus should be on your heart, opening up your heart center. Okay. We all build walls around our heart, right? We've all experienced, heartbreak, painful experiences, and we put armor around our heart. And, sometimes it's not just, again, it goes back to what I was saying earlier in the reading. It can be in this lifetime from our own experiences, from our childhood, or it could be even recently in adulthood, where we have those painful experiences. We put that armor around our heart, and it closes us off. It closes us off from receiving all that's amazing. Receiving closes us off from joy, happiness, abundance, contentment, right? Also, it shuts you off. When we are doing that process of armoring up our heart, we're doing it to not feel the negative feelings, right? To not feel the pain. And the thing is, when you shut yourself off from the pain, you also shut yourself off from the positive. Okay, so it blocks the energy, it blocks the feeling. And if you're limited in your range of feelings and thoughts and actions, you're going to have a limited experience. So I feel like there's a lot of healing that can happen this week. If you're, if you're up for the challenge, totally your choice. But I do feel like there's some deeper inner work that has to happen in order for this shift to take place, where you're feeling like you're in harmony with all the aspects of yourself and able to step up to that higher level of leadership. And I'm feeling like for those of you who are listening, who are in mission, who have businesses, this is really a critical piece in getting to the next phase of your business as well. Okay, because when you start to do this kind of work and you're opening up your heart, you're balancing out your energy, you're connecting more on a soul level, you're able to impact your clients, your customers, whatever you call them, right? Your audience, you're able to impact them on a much deeper and more profound level. Okay, but you've got to do the work first in order to be able to hold that space, in order to be able to be with them, and whatever it is that they've got going on. Okay, so it's not just, yes, do it for you, obviously. And when you do it for you, the blessings come in, the abundance comes in, things start to shift and change in your life, and that has a ripple effect, right? Whether it's, intentionally expanding your capacity to whatever it is that you do with your mission and with your business, right? Like if you're a healer and you're doing your own healing in your inner work and expanding your capacity to be a safe space, to be somebody that can help others in guiding their healing, that's just going to get passed on to your clients. Okay? But it doesn't have to be just for your clients. If you're showing up in your life with your family, with your friends, and you're showing up at a higher vibration, you're going to see that transpire. Might not be right away, but you will see it transpire in the people around you just by you simply being in a higher vibration. It's going to raise the rest of the room up, so to speak. And if not, it's like the people who can't hang with you there, they're just going to fall away. Okay? So it's really critical this week to be working on opening up your heart. And this takes time. Okay? Think about how old you are, how many decades you've been guarding your heart. It takes time. So be patient with yourself, be compassionate with yourself, but also know, like, this is really essential. This is really essential for your work. And for living a happy, joyful, abundant life. You got to do it. I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to. But if you want that kind of experience, I don't know. Okay. Any Pink Floyd fans out there, it's like you got to tear down the wall, right? And it's tearing down the walls of your heart. And it doesn't have to happen overnight. And it doesn't have to be like ripping off the Band-Aid. And you can either walk through this life completely numbed out and closed off, or you can do this. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It can be a really challenging and difficult process, but it does not last forever. It does not last forever. And it's a hell of a lot better walking around feeling empty and numb all the time. Just saying. Okay, so this is a long one. I'm going to call it there. If this resonates with you, please leave a comment. Hit the little heart button. And I'll talk to you next week.